Hey plant lovers, welcome back to Succulents Box's plant care session. Today, we're talking about something that doesn't always get the spotlight but plays a huge role in your plant's health: humidity. You've probably seen humidity mentioned on your plant care tags. In simple terms, humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. Even when you can't see it, there's always some level of moisture floating around. On hot, muggy days, there's a lot more of it. On cold, dry days, not so much. Air temperature directly affects how much moisture the air can hold. The warmer the air, the more water vapor it can carry. Some plants, especially tropical ones, naturally grow in rainforests or jungles where the air is thick with moisture. They've adapted to absorb water not just through their roots, but also through their leaves. On the flip side, succulents and desert plants evolved in dry climates with barely any humidity. That means, depending on the plant, too much or too little humidity can seriously affect its health. The easiest and most accurate way is to grab a hygrometer or a humidity thermometer. These tools measure both temperature and humidity, and they're pretty easy to find online or at garden stores. If you're looking for a quick DIY method, here's a fun trick. Fill a glass with water, add a few ice cubes, and leave it in a room where your plants are. Wait 5 minutes. If condensation forms and starts to drip down the outside of the glass, your humidity is fairly high. If there's no moisture on the glass, your air might be too dry for humidity-loving plants. If your humidity is on the low side, how can you tell? The first thing you might notice is drooping leaves, especially if the soil isn't dry. That's a good sign your plant is having a hard time absorbing enough water, and dry air might be pulling moisture from its leaves too quickly. Next, look for browning or yellowing tips. If the leaf edges look crispy or dry, that's often a sign your plant is struggling with dry air. This is super common with ferns, calatheas, or peace lilies. And of course, crispy or brittle leaves overall are a giveaway. Some plants like to stay hydrated in the air, not just through the roots. The most straightforward method to raise those moisture levels around your plants is using a humidifier. These are super helpful, especially if you have multiple humidity-loving plants grouped together. Just turn it on near your plant shelf or table and let it do the work. Another method that works well is misting. A quick mist in the morning can temporarily boost humidity, especially for tropical plants. But it's not a one-and-done solution. You'll need to mist regularly to make a difference. And keep in mind, some plants don't like misting at all. Succulents, for example, and any plant with fuzzy or hairy leaves, like purple heart, are better off staying dry. The water can sit on their leaves and cause rot. If you're looking for something a little more low-tech, you can try the pebble tray trick. Just fill a shallow tray with pebbles and water and place your plant pot on top, making sure the bottom of the pot doesn't sit directly in the water. As the water evaporates, it adds gentle humidity around the plant. It's subtle, but it works well when used consistently. If you've got small plants or want to create a high humidity environment, terrariums are a great option. These mini greenhouses trap moisture naturally and are perfect for plants that crave a more tropical vibe. Now, what if your room is too humid and your plants prefer drier air? This is especially important if you're growing succulents or cacti indoors. High humidity can cause their leaves to rot or attract pests like mealybugs and fungus gnats. If the air in your home is too moist, a dehumidifier can be a game changer. It helps pull excess moisture from the air and keeps the environment drier, ideal for desert plants or homes in rainy, humid regions. Also, make sure your plants are in well-ventilated areas. Open windows when you can, and avoid crowding your plants too closely together if humidity is already high. Humidity might seem like a small detail, but it plays a big role in keeping your houseplants healthy and happy. Whether your plants like it hot and dry or warm and steamy, finding the right balance makes all the difference. So take a minute to check in on your space, test the air, and adjust as needed. And your plants will have stronger growth, brighter leaves, and maybe even a few blooms. Thanks for tuning in to another Succulents Box plant care session. We'll see you next time. Until then, happy planting.
For more, you can find us at succulentsbox.com or on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest.